Hmm. Okay. What's the excuse this time? I missed one. I got third. That was the third one I caught. It stopped again. I ran the diagnostic 5 minutes before. The solar KP index is normal, but I won't know for another couple of hours. I'll check that. I hear there was something coming our way, so it could be that. But at the moment, I've captured one. Yeah. I'll try and let it run for as long as I can. But I feel different sensations when I'm meditating. So I'm not sure what's exactly causing this. Like I said before, I don't want to become paranormal, but as I defend my mind um, against those who frequent my mind, um, because obviously when you look at society and you look at the reasons why people um, find you distasteful, yeah, and you try to be as pleasant as you can be, yeah, and there's still people in society who find you distasteful. On closer examination, when you ask them what their problem is, they start telling you that they can't tell you, yeah. Now this has always been very suspicious to me. I've always suspected that they see things that I do privately, and it is influencing how they feel about me. That's why they can't say. But to get proof that people are seeing into your private space, yeah, you have to look for uh, glitches in the matrix, as they call it. Yeah, where you yourself as an individual are a matrix, and when you start to feel pains in your body, and you start to listen to your thought processes, you kind of detach yourself from your thought processes, and you can notice different thoughts going through you, which you have no explanations for why you're feeling like that. And you can talk your way out of catching a disease by being positive. But then when you start doing that and you start seeing freaky things happening, what was traditionally used to call demonic activity can be due to mind reading and remote viewing. If somebody sees into your mind, then to you, the host mind, that visitor can be perceived to be a demon. Depends on how malevolent they are. A human being can see into your mind with the sole purpose of trying to cause you to have some kind of ailment or illness. I told you how when a foreign consciousness is incident with your consciousness, the way that consciousness feels, it can resonate into your consciousness, and you can take to it and start to think that it's you that's feeling that. Yeah, this is why I'm non-medicated, because I'm starting to see a desperation in the people around me. They're desperate to cause me harm, but they have no reason to. Competitive reasons, obviously, are the biggest factors. I mean, my difficulty is in accepting that human beings are inherently evil. Yeah, I mean, they say they're not, but I'm gullible for believing that they're not. I don't understand how competition can lead a human being to lose all their um, what do you call it, sensibilities, yeah, and give in to jealousy and the need to sabotage other human beings. I do not understand that. People I've experienced don't understand how to lose. Yeah, every time I've lost in life, the next opportunity has always been better than the previous one that I had lost. So I take losing. Obviously, it hurts to lose out on something, but the next opportunity is always better, because this is the experience I'm having. So I don't know what other proof I can give you apart from my own experience. You know, where I've left girlfriends, the next one has always been something that's a bit more better, because obviously I know what I don't want, and when I choose the next one, I look for one who doesn't exhibit those qualities. Yeah, so if I lose an opportunity, I always know that the next opportunity should be better. Yeah, and losing out also allows you to keep to your moral fabric. Yeah, but when you lose yourself to the immoral, yeah, then you're losing out more than what you can possibly know. Yeah, so I know that competition can lead people to hate on me. Yeah, but sometimes I do suspect that when they do hate on me, and they go around asking others like sorcerers to sabotage me, these sorcerers use traditional means. Sorcery is traditional as well, like remote viewing and neuro-linguistic programming and hypnosis. When somebody hires a sorcerer to do harm to you, the first thing the sorcerer will do is to try and convince you that you have a disease. And they'll do this by anchoring you and doing other forms of hypnosis on you. Now, where it is that a sorcerer will learn how to see into a target's mind, yeah, the target, because you are um, little god, you are a small version of the collective consciousness. So whenever your consciousness is frequented, you should look around you and see something weird will start to happen in your surroundings. Now I notice that this computer, the way it displays time, gets weird on me sometimes, and it always happens during meditation. Obviously I don't spend my days looking at the clock all day, yeah, but during meditation it does happen. Yeah, so I'm a strong believer in the Almighty, and I don't think that there's room for atheism in this world. Yeah, atheism has kind of come too late. Yeah, the best time to have had atheism would have been before the advent of the notion that there is an Almighty. Because once that notion has been created, once you are cognizant of it, once you understand what is being suggested, once the suggestion has been understood, yeah, once you're privy to the suggestion, then that becomes creation. Yeah, so that becomes something that exists. And we all know when you talk to things in a bad way, they don't grow properly. Jesus cast a fig tree, yeah, and it stopped growing. Yeah, there's a Japanese man that did an experiment on rice, and he talked to one jar of rice in a good way, and it became fermented and didn't mold. And he talked to another one in a bad way, and it molded. And we all know that people in the Far East worship volcanoes, especially Krakatoa. We know what damage that done. So they've learned to talk to these objects the right way. And we also know that you don't talk to the sun the wrong way. Yeah, it's the same thing. When you imagine something that is called the creator, something that created the whole of the universe, whether you think it exists or not, once you understand the concept that is implying that there's a creator of the universe, you can't talk about that concept in the bad way. Yeah, yeah. For the same reason why you can't talk about a mountain in a bad way, you can't talk to a jar of rice in a bad way. For the same reason. Yeah, so atheism came too late. The best time to be an atheist would have been before we came up with the concept. But once the concept is there, we can't risk doing that. Yeah, I think the ancient Greeks used to pray to the unknown God. They pray to every God, every aspect of nature, and then they say to themselves, just in case we missed one, we pray to you too. just to just being safe here. Yeah. So back to my story. The clock has stopped, so I'm gonna get to 10 minutes and then I'll stop. But otherwise, I haven't. Sorry, the anomaly with the clock has stopped. So I'll get to 10 minutes, then I'll stop there. But otherwise, these are. I look for things in nature. Yeah, whenever I feel targeted, I look in nature to see if there's anything that can show this. Yeah. And if there is, then to me, that's a direction.